Yeah, start the capture. I'm gonna sync it up real quick. Get your paw off me. I'm recording a YouTube video. We went on a long walk. God, you're cute. So sync it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're live. So when I'm dying, I fully expect to be playing guitar up to my last days. Like, from what I've heard from all the great artists, there is never anything to run out of. Like, guitar will always have something for you. And I feel like every time I return to it, it gives me something different. And most days, I don't even want to pick the thing up. If I manage to put the guitar on my lap, I'm gonna be loving whatever I'm playing. I'm always having fun when I'm playing guitar. But some days, it's just like mentally, I'm like, I don't wanna. I've been practicing all week. But there's always something to play, so whenever it actually enters my hands, I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. We're having some fun right here. We're making some love right here. Even if I'm always playing the same thing. So let's see, what we got here? I got my iPad set up. I got the strongest cup of coffee ever brewed accidentally. All right, so first, I'm gonna go through practice, what to play when you're playing for people, and what to just play when you just want to play but don't know where you're going. So I don't think there's ever anything to run out of practice-wise. Like, you can practice these exercises every day and always have something to improve. 2, 4. That's going to be all the way across the neck. I don't think there's much need for me to illustrate that, because probably when the dog has his head on my arm and his nose is touching my arm, it makes me very uncomfortable. At least it's not as cold and wet as it usually is. I can do that exercise for the end of time. I'm still working on this exercise where I'm starting at the 5th fret on the G string. And it's just, you're gonna put your fingers and go 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's start on the 5th fret. And all you're gonna do is move that finger down and move it up. Then next, move this finger down and move it up. So you're moving it to the B string. So you said it first, go 1, 2, 3, 4. This is from the book Pumping Nylon. I've mentioned it before. There was some amazing guitar teacher, and she's a classical guitar teacher, and she had it online, and she recommended that book and showed a passage from it. And this has been great for getting my fingers to curve and not fret other string. If my pinky even touches the string a little bit while my ring finger's touching it, it doesn't sound. So you just reset. And I think you reset between every note. And then after that, you go from the B string to the A string. Ooh. Guess who hasn't been practicing this? I know I need to maybe either tone down the gaming or do more push-ups because my wrists have been getting weak again. Like, just doing mundane stuff. It also could be me and my sleeping habits, because since I have been a little less active, I've been balling my fist up under my pillow again, and that leads to tendonitis if you're playing a lot or playing video games a lot. So can you see my hands? I think you can. It looks weird from this angle. The camera is so far away, so I'm just kind of, guessing. I'll put it up here. So next, like, playing ambient music. Like, the question I got for so long, people would ask me, can you play us something? And I'd be like, no. Because I generally would never practice stuff to just be playing. Like, I wouldn't be in a situation where I could just be vibing, like, around a campfire. And I ended up at a campfire. My friend told him to bring out a guitar, and I was like, I played something, but I was like, I could have really shown out here. So what do you play around a campfire? Well, I was a preschool teacher for a long time, so the kids, while my other teacher would be reading books, I'd be playing like little in the background, and then when something crazy would go on, like the kids heard three little pigs and a big bad wolf for the first time, like every time he'd huff, I'd go puff and blow your house down, and just like doing stuff like that. Like, I got a lot of practice like trying to set the mood, because I'd be playing stuff and I'd be like, yeah, this book's a little more excited. I can't just be playing beautiful chords. So I'd like either do something like this, or I'd just like, that's one of my favorite things to play for kids, because like when I chase them on the playground, it's like the March of the Bull. All it is I'll show you real quick. It's an E to an A minor. Just back and forth, and every now and then I'll hammer on to this D over here on the 3rd fret. Guess who needs to tune? While we're tuning, I do want to mention that, well, I already tuned. Am I just bad? Yeah, I'm just bad. That B string's a little iffy though. I do want to mention that my lessons are going live on Patreon. I am going back to my old place where I was a preschool teacher. They want me to teach guitar and stuff. So I will be returning there in the spring and teaching classes for the little kids and the elementary school kids. So my schedule might fill up a little bit come spring, but if there's enough people signed up on Patreon, I'll make sure that I'm leaving time for those lessons. I have short lessons for like $25. That's 4 lessons a month where we'll talk for 15 minutes each week and just like get a baseline. I'll give you exercises, create some more resources. And then I also have my guitar pack up, which has, I'm also updating that guitar pack all the time. Like every time I think it's something new, I put it back in because I want it to be worth the money. So it has like all the scale shapes I talk about, all the diagrams, all the chords I talk about, and I just added arpeggios in. I have some frequently asked questions I'm adding in today after I record this video. So yeah, great value in there. And if you have any questions or you want something else added, I'm still a small time YouTuber. We hit 2,000, which is crazy to me because last month we hit 500. But I answer all the comments because like I want to engage with you guys. I'm trying to like make content and I don't make it on days where I don't feel like it. But when you guys like put stuff in the comments, I'm like, all right, I'll make a video about that because the guesswork is what gets me. I'll make a video and I'm like, this doesn't feel good. I don't think anyone even wants to learn about this. So the more you guys talk in the comments and the more suggestions you give, the more I'll listen to it. Someone asked like for my Line 6 Pod Go preset, and I can show you how to put 7 pedals in there instead of the 5 or 6 it gives you. Yeah, it gives you 5 because of the stereo loop. We can remove that. So if anybody else is interested in that, I'll make a video on that. Back to this. So the first thing I do is like, I've shown you guys this in my every chord, everywhere, all the time, whatever that video is, my most popular video whose name I can't remember, where I play this little A7. This is my favorite shape to play out of any shape on the guitar. Let's see, that's on this fret, that's 2 down, and that's 1 down. It's just a little shell voicing. So we got an A, C, G. That's a root, 3rd, 7. And then I transition that. That's an A7 starting on the 5th fret, I believe. A7, 5th fret. Then I transition that into this Hendrix chord. So that's on the 6th fret. So we're playing 7 on the A. So this is what that looks like. So we got the A7, we got the E Hendrix chord, which is an E, I think that's a sharp 9. Yeah, because that's an E7 with a sharp 9 added on. E7, I'm just going to put that in parentheses, sharp 9. Might be a little hard to see, I've been a little out of the game for a little bit, it's okay though. Then I just move it down to a whole step to the 2nd. So this is that's basically a major 6 into a major 3 into a major 2, because I'm still thinking in C major for all this. So these should all be minor chords, but I'm playing them all as like that Hendrix chord gives them like this cool feel. So now we have a D7 sharp 9. Then I move that finger down. So we just basically take that same shape over here and just drop the fret by 2. So that'll start on the 4th fret. Then I play a D9. And I'll outline that for you in a second. And this is all going to culminate into a really cool progression that you can play around with and add on to. So we have A7, E7 sharp 9, D7 sharp 9, D. And you can drop that index finger and change that into a minor chord if you like, if it suits your chord progression better. Like that's just an option you have. I think they're both cool sounds. Then just play a regular G triad starting on the 3rd fret. So G, B, D. You can put your thumb down here if you want to. And from there, that's where I go into the main sequence of whatever you want. That's my intro sequence when I start something. I play it a lot at the beginning of my videos. So now we're finally at that 3rd fret. We got that 1, and this is gonna teach you how to, like, in church, in like black church, we call it flowing, like being able to come up with music on the spot. So we have that 1. I'm just gonna go that little diminish trick I showed you where you just move. So you have this shape and you just move your index finger up one. Actually, don't move your index finger, you move your middle finger. So to go from a 1 to a diminish, you just put one finger right here, and now you have a sharp, diminished sharp 1 or a flat 2, whatever, dude. You have a diminished chord between the 1 and the 2. So I'm gonna say sharp 1, diminish. Oh wait, put a little diminished thing right there. Bro, that looks like a hieroglyphic, dude. We're going up to that 2, which is the 2 is gonna be minor, remember? So that D minor on the 5th fret. So we just have a bar, and then we have 1 here, 1 there. Same thing for the 3. We're gonna have, that's gonna be at the 7th fret. So we have a bar. We have 1 here, 1 there. All right, let me zoom in a little bit and make this easier to see. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it how it is so I don't ruin the recording. That probably ruined the recording for a second. Then we have that 4, which is another major 7. So I'm just gonna, that's on the 8th fret. That's that F. So bar, 1 here, 1 there, 1 there. And then if we go back down to 3 and make it major, we get, ain't that cool? Ain't that tasty right there? I love that. So we're gonna give it 3 7. So it's just a bar with 1 here, 1 there. So we have 1 2 3 4. So that's that major. You could actually just do that trick as long as you make sure your pinky's down. So you could do that trick between all of these notes. So take that shape. My pinky comes down. 3. So 1, diminished, 2, diminished, 3, diminished, 4, then down to a major 3. Ain't that tasty? Ain't that delicious? And all that together is at A7. So that my whole sequence I like to play is that A7. Let me scroll up a little bit more. Darn, it's way up here. A7, Hendrix chord, sharp 9 to a regular 9, 5. Then that's where the magic happens. 1, diminish, 1, 2, 3, 4, down to a major 3. And from there, I usually do like a few instances of 2 5 1. Like coming out of that 1, I'll go 1 6 2 5 1. That 6 is a bridge chord because it might sound weird if you just go 1 2 5 1. It feels like there's something missing. So to bridge that, the 6 sounds like the 1. So we can go 1 6 2 5 1. If you want to get even crazier, you can turn that 2 into a 9 like we talked about. So starting on the 3rd fret, we have that 2 9, minor 9, where on all these, the 5th fret of the B string is an E. So on that C chord, we're playing an E. On that 6th chord, we're playing an E. On a D minor, we're playing an E. If we play a G13, we're playing an E. So these chords all have an E in the top line, so it sounds like we're rotating around it. And then we can go into like a C major 9. And these are all tricks for you to just be able to explore the fretboard. Explore the fretboard by memorizing these little tricks. You can always just like think of it as one chord flowing to another. So I'm showing you this way because this is usually how I think about it, and this is how I branched out to being able to like make up lots of chord progressions on the spot. So if I want to play like a 2 5 1 or something, 2 5, and that's where I always bring it in 2 5 3 6 1 2 5 3, and I play a major 6 here, 2 5 1. And take that, remember we took that diminished, slide it up 3 frets, restart it over again. Now what might be tricky is like transition that into a 1 2 3 4. So Now let's see if we can think of something there. Oh yeah, now I know. We go 2, 5, 3, and we're gonna go that an A7 sharp 5. That's my favorite sound going out of that little progression. So that's gonna be a major 6 with a sharp 5. Well, it's gonna be a 7, a 6/7 chord. So that looks like this. It looks like a 13th, but instead of having it up here on this one, it's gonna be right next to that ring finger. So 2, 5, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Kinda. I think it'd be a little bit harder because, yeah, we could go into the 1 off that and make it like a different move, but it's a little bit harder just because they have such different vibes. Like this is a really mellow, like almost melancholy sad, and this is. But I think it'd be easier if we transition from the 1, 2, 3, 4 into the 2, 5, 1. So stay with me here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, no, 1. Diminish. 2. You get to see me work something out in real time because I forgot how I did this. This is what happens when you don't practice, kids. So 1. There we go. Since we took it back to the 5, we have a dominant. So now we can like kind of start over again. So we go 1, 2, 3. So if you can get to that 5, if you can figure something out. I'm playing dominant 7 for both of these. All right, now we've transitioned from that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to a 2, 5, 1. It's a little messy, but I think we'll clean it up, and maybe you'll figure something out that sounds good to you. That's even better than this, because I have been a little out of practice with this. But it's cool because nothing needs to be perfect. A lot of times when you're doing this, I could just play the same thing over and over again for like an hour, and people are usually like, when I'm like playing around people, they usually are vibing, they like it, and they say it's like nice and mellow. But I'll always branch out, even if something might sound a little funky. I'll still try because to me, music is about expression. Miles Davis told his bandmates, I don't pay you to come up here and play the right notes, I pay you to come up here and experiment. I believe. Here's another one I like. So that 1 into the 2, chromatic, back down. And that transitions beautifully to 2, 5, 1. So now we have chords. What you should play over the chords is that pentatonic. So between chords, take a measure to solo. And Tosin Abasi said that he believes the guitar is like a very capable instrument, like on the level of the piano. So that made me think a lot about bass lines. And I'm like, I can also slap and abuse this. I can also slap this guitar around and like have some deep bass notes that also counts as a kick drum. So like. Expect to kill a battery that fast. How much am I yapping? Oh boy. No script today, so I'm a little disjointed, but I think we're on a good roll. Oh, I moved the camera. All right, so yeah, we got practice. We got playing ambient stuff, and now I'll show. This is how you learn forever. Like you let the guitar show you a way, because the guitar, it is a very capable teacher if you just sit down with it and listen to it. So the way I learn is usually when I want to make something new, I don't think about any chord progressions. I like try to pick a key I don't usually play in. And here's how you just make stuff up on the spot, like compose riffs and stuff, or just compose something. So we're just gonna make something together. Like I'll like take a pattern, like if I want to groove, I usually just start off with 2 chords. Like don't confuse it too much, more rhythm. Now, is there a lot of chords in there? Is there like a lot of moving bass line? No, it's just like a simple thing, but I think it's still groovy and it's fun to listen to. It's fun to play. I'm just playing a power chord there. I'm playing a G power chord starting on. I'll move over here. So 3rd fret, so G, and that's just an octave G, not even a power chord. Look at me tripping. So I'm playing G, and then I'm playing a G minor pentatonic. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So just bar that out. 3, 4, 4. That's just a G minor pentatonic. Also a B flat major pentatonic. That's pretty simple to play. Now, if we wanted to add chords to that, so I'm playing this G. Rather than think of like, I'll just think of like shapes and like little chips to play on. That's a cool one. So one of my favorite, these are sounds. These aren't chord progressions. These are the little sounds I take and add on the stuff I'm playing. So, I mean, it is a chord progression because I'm going to a 4/7 to a 3/7. Remember how I like showed you to take those shapes earlier, and like we're playing 4 is usually a major 7, not a dominant 7. So we're playing a dominant 4/7 and a dominant 3/7. So for that 4, it's just this little shape. What is that? 6th fret. Making that little triangle shit. Ooh, just kidding. That's 5th fret. Why did the magnifier come on? I don't even know the shortcut to do that, bro. So raise that. That's the 5th fret. The 6th fret's where the root note is. That on that E flat. And then the 3. These are dominant 7 chords. 3 is the same thing, but we're just gonna move it down to here. So starting on the 4th fret. It's that same shape. We're just going. And everything, something a little bluesy or groovy, I love throwing that in. So let me get a pick, a little bit more pronounced. Now what else can we add to that? Sliding up to that minor 6, which is also the G. Octave G to a G minor. And that's just on the top string, so that 6th chord is just 1, 2, 3. No one's gonna get mad at you if you play that too. If you play on this string, because that's just a F, so that makes it a G7 actually. F, B flat, D, G. G, B, D, F is a G minor 7. Oh, B flat. Did I say B flat? I hope I did. That's a G minor 7. And if you couldn't tell, when I write a small Roman numeral without like the little bars on the top and the bottom, that's a minor chord. But when I bar it out, that's a major chord. So got that our octave. So if we had that 4/3. I'm sloppy today. I should have warmed up. That's another thing to play. Now, what if we wanted to make something a little bit... That was a little funky. What if we want to make something... It wasn't funky enough, so let's play a half diminished, so... I want to go higher on the neck. F sharp is a funky. That's a little half diminished shape I'm playing. So F sharp starts on the 9th fret. And we're actually playing C minor pentatonic then. You saw me like, so that shape I showed you where you go like, actually, now that shouldn't be there. I'm sorry. Why is that? I don't really know why that F sharp half diminish sounds good over this. Well, that's because that could be A minor diminished. So we're turning that 6 into a diminished chord. So this has F sharp, C, E, A minor. So we could treat this as a C minor, but well, C major pentatonic does work over a C minor. I'm not sure why that F sharp sounds weird. If I... Well, it sounds good. Remember, I said not to think about these, and here I am overanalyzing. But I really like to know how things work, dude. I gotta work on the electronics of this. This guitar cuts out sometimes, and it's such a good guitar, too. Oh, here's another thing about like playing and like making stuff up on the spot. You don't always have to play chords, especially if there's another guitar player or piano player. I avoid playing chords at all costs because they might clap. Who is calling me? I'm recording a video. That's rude. Sorry about that. I usually have my phone on silent too. Let me change that. So I avoid playing like, especially big chords. I'll play like little dyads, like double stop, 2-note chord. Not even chords, just 2 notes, double stops. I'll play those all the times because that way I don't have to figure out the key, and I can. I'm not stepping on anybody's toes. Like if they sound weird, it sounds more of an artistic choice instead of playing a whole wrong chord, dude. I bust that out with the amp dialed up, going crazy at a jam, and now I'm blasting the wrong note over everything beautiful that's been made. When I could just. Here are my favorite double stops. So it's gonna be centered around the pentatonic. So we're going to that C shape that we've been playing in. So bar that, I'm just gonna bar that to be lazy. Yay! A minor pentatonic, C major pentatonic. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it lovely? That's at 5th fret. So it's just taking my finger, starting on the A string and just 2 there, 2 there. Then I'll do 2 there. Just double stopping all the way over there. So it works all the way until the G and the B string. And then you need to play that 2-3 because the B string moves everything up, remember? So if these are still at the 5th fret on everything, 5th fret. You guys are smart cookies, but just in case we forget. So there's that, and then there's that. And then I slide it up too, so that's starting on the 6th fret now. That might, since I wrote that down there, that does look a little weird. Here, let me fix that. So that's gonna be right down on the, ew, no! That's starting on the 8th fret. I'm out of it, dude. 8th fret, 6th fret. Boom. And then the last one, I like to take that 8th fret and slide it up to the 10th fret, because that's the root note in the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. So just take that and you can slide that up 2 frets. And then you can slide that up to one of these and it'll be down here on the next fret. That dog is going to town on himself. I hope you can't hear it. You might be itchy. Somebody's getting an apple cider bath. Now what else do I like to play? I think that's mostly it. That's all my guitar, guys. So you can be this mediocre and get paid guitar gigs. I like doing a little shape. It could be a 9 or a 7 depending on how you want to approach it. But it's just barring like that little, remember that G minor I showed you? If I hammer on the pinky, now I'm playing a G minor 9. If I played a major shape, like start that little ladder, it'd still be a G major 9. So if I started, so 3rd fret, 3rd fret. If I started here and went up like this, that'd be a G major 9. It's just gonna be a G9 because there's no 7 in it, so we don't have a major. But this one definitely does have a 7. That has that F in it, so that'd be G minor 9. But this can also be a 7th chord if we went at B flat D F. B flat D F A, that's a 7. So if you just looked at a different, if we didn't put this root down here and looked at a different way, that chord is also B. That's B flat D F. So yeah, that's a major 7. So B. Yes, that is correct. A is 1 step below B flat major 7. Dog, what is going on? I really like doing that one. So if you take like the 1, 2, 3, so if we're in the key of C, C would be the 1. So let's start on the 6. So if A is a 6, then G is going to be the 5, and 5 is major, so remember. So we play a major, so that G, B, 5, 4, 3. So we can go. Then that 4 is also major. Diminish is a little bit different. We'd have to do something like. And you'd hammer onto the 1, which is 1/2 step above the diminish. So diminish is gonna look like this. Oh, he's going crazy. There's people in the house. And then there's that 1 you hammer onto. So this is a diminished shape. The diminished root's gonna be right there. Come in. All right. And you can finish on that 1, which is major. Oh, I love those sounds. They're so beautiful. And every now and then, I'll just be playing a melody with nothing but like a backbeat, like. You hear me play that A just to give people a point of reference. Like the backbeat and the root note is just for points of reference, so people know how to groove and how to contextualize what you're playing. So like if I play the backbeat on like 3 instead of 2 and 4, it would completely change the vibe. Like 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, dum. Or is it 2 or 1, 2? It's like double time. Having to use my brain a little bit. And don't worry if you can't like play beats and like think about root notes all at once. You only gotta build this one step at a time. And let me tell you, getting that stuff down, like just being able to hit this on 2 and 4 or on 3, you saw me have to count out loud. Still something I struggle with a little bit. It's basically about getting used to doing something subconsciously. Like that's now subconscious to me, and it took a lot of practice, like going down to 60 BPM and forcing myself, like moving my whole body just so I could hit my hand on the right beat. Like with drums, when I play my drums, oh boy, like sometimes my brain, sometimes it feels natural, but at the beginning my brain usually has to work really hard. I'm like, I think this is intuitive to other people, so don't be scared. But like these are a lot of tips and tricks you can use to, I mean, I wrote a lot of stuff on here. I don't know how much of it was coherent. We'll see based on how you guys respond to the video. But like these are all the ideas I use to just like flow between songs. Like whenever I'm playing in a church, I can usually, the piano player, bassist, and drummer were all out one day, and it was just me over there trying to hold down for the whole choir. And they were like, thank you for doing that. That was wonderful. And I was like, if you say so. But like, I think with these tools I've given you, especially the pentatonics, because I don't be able to solo over anything, being able to like, that chord I showed you in the intro, I've played that over so many chord progressions that are not that, as long as I find the right key, and it's blended pretty well. It's like, oh, this guy's added some sauce to this, and I'm like, hey, that same thing, that's my cheat code. That's my cheat code right there. Use that as much as you can on everything. And links to everything will be in the bottom description. I think I've yapped enough. I don't want to kill another battery. These videos are always like 20 minutes longer than I think they are. I usually think I'm doing like 10, 15 minutes, and look at it, it's 42. So I'm gonna end it right there. Thank you so much. Leave comments of anything you want to see, any other videos you might want to see. If you did stick around, thank you for somehow surviving this, because the whole time like I should stop and make a different video, or I should stop and restart this, but we made it through it, and I hope you have a great day.